われた夢が時を超えてリンクするトランスフォーマーミッシングリンクシリーズでグリムロックが新登場。恐竜モードの強力な牙で敵を噛み砕け、そしてロボットモードにトランスフォーム。現代にフルパワーズブルで蘇った。武器を装備しグリムロックは誰にも負けない。君の知らなかった超ロボットバトルはまだ知らない。しかし作戦を指揮するのはまだ君だ。対決トランスフォーマーミッシングリンク。デストロン軍団が将来新登場。
Grimlock, I remember you. I remember you and the rest of the Dinobots from my dad's massive display cases, lined up with each other, with rays of light shining off your chrome paint that lit up the office. But you were one of the special ones that he wouldn't allow us to play with. Sometime later, I remember that my younger brother broke something, and another day, my dog chewed up something. I can't remember the specific details, but one of those incidents resulted in you breaking. Was it my brother or my dog? And what happened to you after? Were you one of the ones that my dad sold? Or did he get rid of you because you were broken? I don't know. But since then, I've always wondered what it was like to play with you. That was when I was a kid many years ago. But now, as an adult, I wonder no longer. Time for the missing link tradition of respecting the package, and what a beauty! This perfectly captures the awe and essence of the leader of the Dinobots. The front showcases his T-Rex mode, the chrome finish shining through the window, and this artwork, man, this beautiful artwork, the harsh angles, that airbrush emulation, the shine of the chrome parts, and that fist up in the air. This is the king of the Dinobots. Product shots are decorated throughout, including a sick callback to his original box art pose. And finally, the back. This time with the Year 2 mural that heavily features the Dinobots waging a galactic war against the evil Decepticons. Through space and time and now Earth, this is the story of the heroic Autobots and the evil Decepticons. This is the world of the Transformers. But this is the story of one heroic Autobot, the cool and ambitious leader of the Dinobots, with strength so fierce that even his allies fear him. Freed from his styrofoam fossil prison, a lost dream linked across time. Missing Link Grimlock. No one in Missing Link has yet to make as much of a statement out of the box like Grimlock does. In a line full of vehicles, a mechanical Tyrannosaurus Rex is bound to stand out in the best way possible. There are so many meticulously crafted parts and shiny bits on this guy that it's kinda hard to focus on one spot. So let's just step back for a bit and admire this awesome T-Rex mode. Even after his over 40-year history, the original is still one cool T-Rex. The silhouette is perfectly captured, the head is great with its huge blood-red eyes and sharp teeth, the chromed out dino arms looking as goofy and as cute as ever. The big legs and gold chromed claws look powerful enough to cause earthquakes with each stomp, and the natural curvature of the body all the way to the end with that chrome-tipped tail. It really does not get any more awesome or autistic than this. A robotic T-Rex. What more could you possibly ask for? Oh, a better disguise for this robot in disguise? Well, yeah, a T-Rex mode for modern day espionage does seem, futile.
Alright, we're deep in enemy territory. Let's just lie low and camo up. Way ahead of you. I saw this on foot. Grimlock! We're in a desert! He's next to that T-Rex! Open fire!
Oh, I guess not. Now looking at this dino mode is fun, but the true eye candy is the chrome and the sticker detail. I already talked about the tail, claws, and arms, but I have yet to talk about that golden belly and neck. The belly is not as prominent in T-Rex mode, but it still stands out with its radiance. The neck, however, we gotta talk about that neck. I am absolutely in love with this inner mechanical detail thing that got going on with the neck. The outer layer being transparent plastic and the inner layer being golden coils and pistons and tendons. Come on, man. This goes so unbelievably hard. And that sculpted in sticker detail, oh mama, I'm gonna say it each and every time. This is my favorite part about Missing Link. I love how I can just run my fingers through and feel the bumps and rivets throughout these parts, and I love admiring the crazy shiny paintwork and details that go towards recreating the stickers as part of the sculpt. They're all over his body, from the reflective Autobot insignia on his forehead, on and across his chest, running through his back, and not only is it on the front part of the thigh, they got it on top of the thigh. God, this is beautiful. I love how hard Takara goes on the attention to detail. But what is this screw? This kind of stands out a bit too much. Let me take it out. Oh, no you don't. Takara's elite ball knowledge to recreate the original details goes so deep that they recreated the original toy's screw here as a fake screw for Missing Link. They literally went all out on restoring every single aspect that made the original toy so unique. How can they possibly top this? Oh, hi, Carly. We got Carly, the first girl figurine in Missing Link. How cool is that? But this goes much deeper than that. Ever wonder why the original Grimlock toy had this seat-looking thing on his back? That's because Grimlock was imported from the Japanese Diaclone toy line, a line of mechas piloted by humans. And this was an unexplained remnant from there. And now in the big 2026, we got a human, Carly of all people, to sit in the back of Grimlock to complete this intended function. This is cute, man. I like this. But I think I prefer Grimlock just by himself, so bye-bye, Carly. Now, Missing Link isn't just about restoration. It's about improvements, too. So, of course, he retains his up and down head movement and opening jaws. But now, you can also swivel his neck. The T-Rex arms also got a bit of an upgrade. You can swivel them and hinge them at 180 degrees at the base, and bend his elbows 90 degrees. These are also die-cast, too, although the right elbow is loose for me. Shit. The legs are supported by a ratcheted swivel at the base, and can move out this far. You can even use a robot mode joint to bring them in. Then we got a thigh swivel and forward and backwards leg movement at the knees. You can adjust his claws, and you can also utilize another robot mode joint to break the dino leg. Poor guy, don't do that. And the last change is now the tail can bend up to allow him to angle himself higher. These do seem like minimal changes, but I think it's enough to be better than Studio Series 86 Grimlock. I mean it, man. This guy can do what 86 Grimlock can do, but with better legs and a tail that can move. Color me impressed. I know this guy's an upgraded version of the original, but it's still so funny how the fossil can just come out of retirement to mog the young blood like this. And with the range you have access to, you can get him into some great poses. The tail bend seems small, but it goes a long way for fierce dino poses. The arms too add just that perfect flair of personality, and with the legs you can even make him do the splits. He looks funny. You gotta love G1 Grimlock, man. This dino mode is just as cool as ever. As a kid, I always thought he was cool, but as an adult now, he's also really cute. Aw, he kinda looks like a doggy. Hi, Grimlock. There's times where he looks like a true apex predator, and other times when it looks like he threw up. But in the middle, he is the most adorable thing ever. I don't know what came over me, but he looks so cute. He really does look like a big doggy. He can give off a curious vibe, sometimes a little goofy vibe, like what the dog doing? And of course, he can be a fierce and loyal companion when it comes time to protecting his friends. I love this T-Rex mode, man. Even the animal modes were still perfect back in the 80s, and finally experiencing what it's like, I don't know what to say. I really missed out on this guy, and I am so in love. What? Hey! What are you doing in there, Grimlock? No, get your nose out of there. Out! Out! Oh, do you want to go outside for a bit, maybe? Okay, let's go. As perfect as I think he is, I'd say the only real flaw is that he technically does have a bad side, and that's his right side. The right side has visible screw holes, and yes, it is accurate to the original, and even 86 Grimlock has this, but it's distracting. So just display him head on, or like this. The same classic look that still holds up with all the right improvements. I love everything about this T-Rex mode. Whether he's watching over the Autobots in their car modes or going into battle alongside them in dinosaur mode, this is a great recreation of the King of the Dinobots.
Grimlock, transform, Grimlock, 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 transform, Grimlock, Grimlock.
Awaken, Grimlock. Arise, the strongest of the Autobots.
Me, Grimlock, transform!
transformation so iconic and timeless that toys bearing his name 4 decades later still use it to this day. But none can beat the sheer bliss and simplicity of the original that results in this badass robot mode. I am absolutely floored that Takara designers back then managed to nail both modes in the cool department, but Grimlock's robot mode even more so. The T-Rex tummy becomes more prominent as the robot mode chest, the bountiful shine of the gold along with the silver tail bits slung on his legs and the sheen of that bright red die-cast crotch piece. There simply has never been another robot that matches the regality of Grimlock. You got a cape backpack, macho proportions, and the resemblance of a crown with the dino claws on his wrists, and I absolutely love it. No matter the circumstance, light is always going to shine off of him and make it known to your entire collection that Grimlock is king. A short king at that. I was expecting him to be taller than the rest of the Autobots, but I was also expecting him to at least be on Prime's level. Well, this isn't Optimus. My Optimus is locked away with the magical seal. This is Albino Prime, aka Ultra Magnus. I think it's funny given how in the cartoon, Grimlock towers over the car Autobots and always challenges Optimus Prime for leadership, but in the toy line, he couldn't even look him dead in the eyes without tiptoeing. But to be fair, I still think he can take on Prime and definitely come out on top. Though he may not be as tall as I would like, his presence and details make up for it. I already talked about the gold chrome. It's the best thing ever. But there's still more shiny bits of details that elevate this guy to legendary status that you cannot ignore. Virtually all of the dinosaur sticker details are brought back in the robot mode, but repurposed in different parts. The legs especially look great. From the toes up to his shins, these retro sci-fi details that shine along with light are heavenly. But then we get to new robot mode details, starting at his knees. Continuing with that kingly theme, we got purple knees. Another royal color for the books, baby. Then we got the sides of his thighs and... Is that royal blue? Takara? My man. The hips continue the streak, and of course we return to the chest. That purple center panel is so precise yet so crisp, and when you look beyond that, you can see a glimpse of his intricate robot insides. And just when you think you've seen it all, you get these buttons above the Autobot insignia. The fact that they're so tiny and precisely sculpted is one thing, but also precisely painted? I cannot believe these tiny ass details came out this good, and that's not even the best part. These parts beside his head are. I know I keep glazing it, but still, I cannot get enough of how precise the paintwork and detailing is. Like, look at this. Those wires and coils are so well done that they actually look real from a distance. And at last, we finally reached his head. Classic Grimlock through and through. It's a bit hard to see the detailing on the helmet, especially the mouth plate because it's all black, but it also makes the red visor pop even more. Is it too early to say that this might be my new favorite missing link? I mean, with all the details and the sheen, how can you not be awe-stricken by this guy? There is something about the proportions, details, and coloration that makes Grimlock loud in the best way possible. Ain't nobody who's able to match his aura. This is a sick-ass robot mode, and when it comes time for battle, when he's not packing his fists, he's packing some heat. His firepower includes his double laser gun and a rocket launcher. The double barrel stunner is a classic in Grimlock's armament, but the rocket launcher is something you never see outside his original toy. The silver rocket is the cherry on top, and that colored release looks so nice, so let's press it and let her rip. Just kidding, this is a non-functioning launcher. Takara, I'm gonna be honest. When you say you took away these spring missile gimmicks from Missing Link due to safety concerns, and then I look at the prices and your target audience for these guys, it makes zero sense. But it's okay, because the sword is cooler anyways. A pure chrome sword to add to that shininess ensemble. I just like shiny things, and this looks kinda real actually. But you might notice that this isn't the same color as the original Transformers release, and you're right, instead of a red sword, we get a silver sword. This actually harkens back to the Diaclone release, which came with the silver sword. Even the original box art for Grimlock featured it in silver. I honestly don't mind that they swapped it because I think the chrome just looks infinitely better. But if you are upset about it, then you can get the inferior cartoon version of Grimlock that comes out next month because he comes with a red sword. He looks so natural holding his weapons. You always gotta hit him with the sword and gun combo. Never double guns because Grimlock needs his sword. Look at how he stands there, man. So sublime. But this is Missing Link we're talking about. We can do more than just have him stand there. Let's go G1 toy mode for a second. If this was the original, all he can do is this. What the fuck? This sucks. But with Missing Link, a wide variety of options are open for us. Now his head can swivel, and you can activate some neck joints to make him look up and down. His arms move out 90 degrees, but then you can activate another joint to get it to 180. bicep swivel, elbow bend, wrist swivel, opening hands that looks weird, yikes, broken through the splits. Bro has new hinges on the thighs that allow for a kick this far with a little bit of backwards movement, a thigh swivel, knee bend, and the feet can unhook from this piece for not just an intense ankle tilt, but also an insane toe bend. Do you realize something? That this makes Grimlock the most posable Missing Link figure to date? All of these improvements give him such an incredible range and allows for the best dynamic poses out of any Missing Link figure. These allow you to truly express Grimlock however your heart desires. He can look fierce, he can look mighty, he can do it all thanks to these added heel spurs. Or you can have him look as close to the original toy as possible by bringing his head back. Takara designers intentionally gave us this option to shift his head back as a way to respect the original toy. I can't believe it looked like this. But this is awesome. I love this option. I think I'll display him like this every now and then. He is right at home with the rest of the Autobots. His sheen so radiant and his posture so primal and fierce. You can tell that Grimlock is always the guy leading the charge. And with his look, the premium and satisfying heft, and the range of poses, I'm gonna say it, Missing Link Grimlock is my new favorite Missing Link fig. If something is too good to be true, that's because it is. This is the only fatal flaw of this guy, and it's the loose outward legs. Now, let me be clear, they don't feel bad, but given that the upper body contains all of the diecast on this guy, it gets to a point where if you spread his legs too wide, they just give out and he slumps down into the splits. I don't know if there's anyone out there who loves displaying their stuff in the splits, so maybe to them this is a feature, but this is blatantly unacceptable for a high-end figure. It has seemingly gotten looser, and it is a common issue, but I am able to work around it, and it does not harm my overall experience with the figure. But this could be a make or break for some people. We'll have to see if the Anime Colors version will be able to fix this, but this is the only flaw to keep in mind. With that being said, I still think we just discovered my new favorite Missing Link. I do not think it's me being biased or blinded by nostalgia or me being excited to play with a toy that I never got to play with as a kid. 40 years later, Grimlock still has that same unmatched aura that makes him one of the best original toys of that era. And being brought back with beautiful and intricate paintwork and absolute posability, this is a new high for Missing Link and an excellent addition to the cast. I know there are some people who are concerned about the abundance of chrome on this guy and are considering the Anime Colors version instead. Well, I'm here to tell you that you shouldn't be worrying about a few fingerprints if it means getting the clearly superior version of this guy. This is Grimlock, the way he is meant to look and meant to be experienced. An absolutely stellar addition, but we kinda are getting a bit of an Autobot problem with this line. We still have Ironhide and Ratchet at the end of the year. Introducing Grimlock now means we're expecting the rest of the Dinobots, and we still have yet to discover who the first Decepticon will be. Oh. Well, it's a good thing that the Autobots have Grimlock on their side so they can stand a chance against Soundwave. And this really is a missing link of my childhood. One of the toys I always wondered about, reborn in the modern day. And honestly, I couldn't be any more happier with this guy. Welcome back, Grimlock. I missed you.
Meet Grimlock, find fossil!
What? What are you talking about?
Look! Big claw! Meet Grimlock think this is huge beast! Me Grimlock say me track down beast and fight! Me show it that me Grimlock king!
Oh, that's my dog's paw print. And you can't find her anywhere. She's not here anymore.
What? Oh. Me Grimlock sad.
Yeah, me too.
But me Grimlock want to know what beast was like! Me Grimlock want to fight beast!
Well, I can tell you what she was like. She was a lot like you. Here. She was so strong. Everything we threw at her, she always managed to tear up. She was really stubborn too. She would refuse to move sometimes. Sound familiar? She loved to eat too. When she found out that you had some food, she would not leave you alone. She was really sneaky too. She stole a hamburger from someone at a party one time and ran off with it. And when we backed her into a corner, she doubled down and ate the whole thing in one bite. Ugh, it was so funny we couldn't even get mad at her. She was so loud and fierce, like you. She was a lady, but she still had a really strong bark to her. She would hunt, she would stand her ground, so yeah, she was tough. But she was a lot stronger than you'll ever be. She was so fast, nothing could keep up with her. There were times that she was goofy and a little dumb, but she was so smart. A far cry from you. She figured out how to open doors and how to walk in a way so that her collar wouldn't rattle and would get herself into so much trouble. She was really lazy too. She loved to sunbathe outside and sleep inside. And she was really sweet. She was always so happy to see us, and she loved sniffing us and getting on her back and showing us her belly, and she loved sticking her butt up against us as we pet her. She was really special. And I think she might have bitten your arm off a long time ago, actually, so yeah, you definitely couldn't have taken her, Grimlock. Grimlock? Hello? Little punk pooch. What am I gonna do with you?
Skinny legs.
Me, Grimlock, not skinny. Me strong.
Shut up, bitch.